We've got a huge day of racing coming up at Sha Tin on Sunday, where the feature event is the first leg of the 4-year-old classic series, the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Talent has been sourced from far and wide, including former Irish horse Exultant, a big winner last time out, the former New Zealander Time to Celebrate, who's gone from strength to strength here in Hong Kong, and a horse who continues his rise in More Than Lucky. But there's a big one they're going to have to get past. It's Nothing I Like More, the highest rated 4-year-old in Hong Kong, will chart his rise to the top in the show. Our big race caller in Hong Kong is Brett Davis. Brett, you'll be calling the big one on Sunday. It's a race that's been won by some great horses in the past, the likes of Lucky 9, Rapid Dragon, Able Friend. Who's going to win it on Sunday?
Well, thanks, Ed. Yeah, nice to be on the show. Obviously, I think Nothing I Like More is clearly the horse to beat, isn't he? He's, of course, on the rating of 1-1-12. We saw Rapid Dragon last year on 1-1-4. Very, very impressive in winning the race. He's the one clearly they do have to beat. There's no doubt about that. It's a real interesting mix. Of course, it's that time of year where all of the hard work has been done, as you mentioned in the intro. The horses have been sourced from all over the world. They've eventually got here. Some have settled quicker than others. Some have really found their form straight away. Others are still looking to find their best. So it's a real mix where they all come together in different stages of their preparation. And obviously, there's improvement to come with a lot of them, being the Classic Mile, the first leg of the 4-year-old series. But it's the first time we actually get to see them all race each other at set weight. So it's going to set the standard, the foundation for the 4-year-old series. The Classic Mile itself, a fabulous race. It's worth $10 million, and it's the first of 3 big races for the future stars, really, of Hong Kong.
Absolutely. Of course, then we've got the Classic Cup and then the Derby, the big one itself in March. But the Classic Mile, it's attracted a field of 12 $10 million contest over 1,600 metres and restricted to the 4-year-olds. Nothing I Like More. More on him shortly. Exultant was a big winner last time out. Time to Celebrate's won his last 2. Riven wears the colours that Rapid Dragon wore to victory in this race last year. His former South African Singapore Sling was a very good winner at Happy Valley last time out. Rivet's already a Group 1 winner from the UK prior to coming over here. Good standing, Tommy Berry to take the ride. Lockheed, Craig Williams flies in to take the mount, and the field rounds down to Grand Chancellor, one of the quartet for John Moore in the race. But the highest rated of them is Nothing I Like More. As Brett mentioned, he's rated 112. He's won 5 of his 6 starts. To tell us more, here's Doug Chalmers.
Champion jockey Joe Moreira knows exactly what type of horse it takes to win the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Having recorded a clean sweep of last season's 4-year-old Classic Series on Rapid Dragon, the Brazilian now prepares for a tilt at this year's Classic Mile on the city's latest boom horse.
Nothing I Like More, a brilliant turn of acceleration, 3 lengths in front. Nothing I Like More, awesome.
It would appear that there are many similarities between Rapid Dragon and Nothing I Like More, but Moreira is reluctant to get drawn into that.
I actually don't like comparing horses because it's unfair. They're in different timing, they're facing different type of horses. I would say I'm pretty much in the same spot. I have the highest rating horse in the race. I have a horse that has given me so much confidence so far, and I'm going to the race with plenty of confidence that he can win.
Nothing I Like More has been devastating since bursting onto the scene 12 months ago. Starting out over 1,200 metres in Class 4, Ryan Moore steered a green 3-year-old to an eye-catching win on debut.
Nothing I Like More, out wide on the track has raced to the lead. High volatility down on the fence, but Nothing I Like More scooting away final stages. Oh, this is a good win.
A step up to 1,400 metres followed, and with Moreira now on board, 3 successive wins catapulted him up the ratings.
Moreira's going to be pretty soft on him final stages. Happy Agility doing the chasing. He's tip-top, this boy.
Trainer John Size opted to give the son of Hassan a 6-month break, and when he returned to the racetrack in October, he produced one of his most impressive performances to date.
Nothing I Like More. Have a look at him go. Oh, he's something special. Moreira sits up. He's still got 50 metres to run. Still undefeated.
Such was the confidence buzzing around the now 4-year-old, he would start his first race in Class 1 as a 1.2 favourite on International Day. But it didn't go to plan, and a slow start would prove costly against Southern Legend.
Nothing I Like More. He's got to dig deep. He's coming now. Nothing I Like More. Going to Southern Legend. They drive to the wire together, and close. Southern Legend beat him.
Despite that loss, Nothing I Like More is expected to start as favourite for this year's Classic Mile. The distance is an unknown factor, as are a hungry pack of new challengers who are desperate to impress in this prestigious series. Moreira, though, is confident he's on the right horse.
Obviously, we do respect some other horses in the race as it's a Group 1. You have to respect them all. No one else go for those races just for fun. I'm certainly on top of the horse that I would like to be, because he's been so good so far, and I'm very pleased and happy to have him as a rider.
When you look at the ratings for the race, Brett, he's well clear of the rest of them, 10 clear of the nearest challenger in Exultant, but he was beaten for the first time last time out. He's trying the mile for the first time. Are they concerns, or is he the one they've got to get past?
Oh, I guess there's little question marks there, Edward, but really, I mean, overall, you'd probably have to say not really. I mean, he ran against the older horses there, Southern Legend. We saw Giant Treasure in that race as well. If you go back a few seasons, he split Able Friend and Morris, so there's a lot of quality there. He's taking on horses of his own age now at set weight, so he's got the score on the board, which suggests the handicapper thinks he's the best horse in the race. And obviously stepping to a mile might be a question mark, but John Size has given him 2 trials leading in. They've both been terrific. He's been very sharp out of the gates on both occasions. He just lost that little bit of sharpness in that race where he was defeated, but I think he'll be right there in the early firing line from a good barrier that he's got, and clearly the one to beat.
Yeah, it was a nice barrier trial, the most recent one that he had, that he won. Keith Young's been keeping Joe's seat warm for him there too. Let's have a look at a few of the dangers to him though, and you mentioned some horses are still trying to find their form, others have found it pretty quickly, and this horse at Happy Valley, Singapore Sling, he's clearly found his form very quickly here in Hong Kong.
Absolutely, yeah, this was a terrific effort. 22.62 was his last 400 in Class 2. There's some decent horses in this race, don't you worry about that. And Singapore Sling was a Group 2 winner in South Africa as a 3-year-old over a mile before coming. The key to him is that he's acclimatised very well. He's obviously been here for a while, but Tony Millard's been able to get him comfortable here into the Hong Kong lifestyle, which can be an issue for a number of horses, as we know. That's a real positive for him. He had excuses first up at Sha Tin when he sat deep. Then they took him to Happy Valley and he produced that performance. I think Tony Millard will be quietly confident that he can run well. We've spoken about the rating difference between Nothing I Like More and the rest of the field. There's no doubt there's a lot of classy 4-year-olds in the race that potentially can get to the 1-1-12 and maybe even beyond, as we've seen horses in the past do. But are they there now? That's the big question alongside a lot of them. I think Singapore Sling doesn't have that question mark alongside of him. I think he's ready and will run a race.
Speaking of Tony Cruz has got 2 in it. Clearly the more fancied is Exultant. Any issues though, 2,000 back to the 1,600 for this race?
Oh, definitely. I mean, he was super impressive, wasn't he, over the 2,000 metres Exultant at his last start. He put away a field of very talented horses. And for me, he's the Derby favourite. As we are today, he is the Derby favourite ahead of Nothing I Like More, for me, from what we saw of him over the 2,000. Question marks over Nothing I Like More at the mile, 1,800, and obviously the 2,000 as well. Back to the mile, we'll test his mettle. He won't want to give away too big a start to a horse of the calibre of Nothing I Like More, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him dishing out a bit of a challenge in the stretch. Whether or not he can be competitive enough to win it is the big question.
Back to the touchscreen form guide, and let's have a look at this good lead-up race at Sha Tin. Features in this one, we've also got Rivet. This is Time to Celebrate though. Rivet, high-profile purchase from the UK prior to coming over here. And you'll also notice Dragon Lips in this replay. But what I've really liked, Brett, about Time to Celebrate is that he's been able to win his races quite versatilely, whether it's been up on the speed or weaving his way through like what he did here. Come
up with a good barrier too, barrier number 5. It's a terrific pickup ride for Brett Preble, isn't it? He's not out of it. The ratings suggest he's going to run 3rd. How much more there is in the tank, I'm not sure. But the way he won this, you can see he's just powering away. You look down at the sectionals, he did reel off a 21.83 starts ago. That was obviously over 1,400 metres. So he is versatile. He can sit back, he can roll forward, he can reel off sectionals early, he can reel them off late. Has he got the pure class talent of a horse like Nothing I Like More and maybe Exultant? I'm not sure whether or not he's got that full turn of acceleration that may be required to be winning this. But he's done very little wrong and there's still more to come. I think he'll be very competitive.
He's a horse who can go forward and doesn't look to be a lot of speed in the race too, so could that be something to perhaps win it tactically,
Potentially, yeah. I think there's the option that he may go forward. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nothing I Like More. Very handy in the race as well. It's going to be a little bit of an issue, obviously, the first couple of 100 metres to see how it sort of formulates. I get the feeling, you know, there is Derby in mind for a number of these horses too, so they won't want to sort of rock the boat and upset things with regards to the horse's mentality, you know, for races future and further down the track. But the Classic Mile is there to be won. It's worth a lot of money, and sometimes tactics can change. It's all part and part of the parcel, isn't it?
Frankie Law's had an excellent first season too. We should mention that. More than lucky. Has won 4 of his 5 and had excuses when he was beaten. He's gone from 53 to 82 in the ratings. Can he measure up here, or has he got to his level? Well,
the handicap at the moment, what is he, 82, as you said, says he's got a lot to find. But he is one of these horses, we spoke about Singapore Sling, who's settled in, he's got the form on the board. He's not one of these horses that's trying to still acclimatise and prove himself. He's going well. He's won 4 out of 5. Could have easily been unbeaten as well. He copped a whip over the nose at the 200 metres the day that he was beaten. But he's got to find plenty on the ratings. The times that he's recorded suggest that he might be able to do it. He did reel off a sub 134 not too long ago. It's only a second outside of the track record held by Good Bar, and another very good performance of just over 134 a couple of starts ago. So
133.78.
Yeah, and then a 134.04 or something like that. So if he can reel off a time like that in a race like the Classic Mile, then he should be competitive. But he's a big question mark horse for me in the race. He's had the perfect prep. He goes in perfectly, but whether he can do it under the pressure of a Group 1, I'm not sure.
OK, we've had a look at a lot of them. What order have you got them in?
Well, basically, you know, the rule of thumb is that 4-year-olds, same weight, taking each other on, you've got to basically follow the handicaps. That's what I'm going to do. Nothing I Like More to win. I think Exultant, even coming back to the mile, he of course ran second to 50-50 when he ran over the mile. He'll be steaming home late. Singapore Sling will run a great race in time to celebrate. So 1, 2, 5 and 3. I'm happy to play the Quinella. Nothing I Like More as the banker with Exultant and Singapore Sling. But as you've mentioned, Ed, there's a lot of horses in the race that have terrific credentials, and all the owners and trainers will be hoping that they can find the line well.
OK, time to wrap things up. Let's have a look at what exactly we've got to look forward to and what's going to be a terrific day. The undercard's very strong as well for Sunday. Trackside live coverage, you can join Brett and the rest of the Trackside team from 12:30 Hong Kong time. Our feature race is race 9, the Hong Kong Classic Mile. Start time is 5:10. For more information, go to the website www.hkjc.com, where you'll also be able to catch Racing to Win on Saturday night, and you can follow the action through the course of the day and of course the build-up and the aftermath on Twitter at HKJC_racing. That's all for today. Brett, thanks for coming on. Good calling on Sunday.
Thanks, Ed. Always a pleasure. Cheers.
Looking forward to having your company at Sha Tin on Sunday, but until then, goodbye.